So knowing relative minor scales and minor chords is very helpful when you're playing the piano and also when you're improvising. Well, thinking of relatives with Christmas time that we've just had always takes me back to some of my memories too. So I'll share with you some stories as we explore relatives today. Well, hi there, I'm Kylie and I love to share easy tips and tricks to inspire you to learn the love of music on piano. So today let's explore 3 improvisation ideas looking at our relative minors, but first I'll share with you a story about my rallies. So at Christmas time for my childhood, we would often gather with my mum's side of the family. Now my mum happens to talk a lot, but then when we added in some aunties as well, one auntie just talked faster than my mum, one auntie talked even louder, then we also had my grandma who laughed very loudly, and then my great aunt was very knowledgeable and loved to tell everyone what to do. So mixing all of those women together, it was a very wonderful memory of lots of energy and fun and laughs over Christmas time. So like family relatives in music and in piano add some fun, bring some contrasting flavors, and are also very useful in improvisation. So let's check out 3 relative minors that we can use to create a little improvisation. So if we check out our key of C, so C and 1, 3 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to bring out just the 1, 3 and 5 to create a chord. Now if we go down 1, 2, 3 little baby steps, that takes us to the relative minor of C major. So let's build a chord on A minor, A, C and E, and that's our relative minor down there. So let's move our right hand up to the high C and let's create a little 5-finger pattern that we can use and match over a C bass note. And then also, because the notes of our C scale match also those of an A scale into a natural minor. So a quick explanation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can take those 8 notes but start them down onto the A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So no sharps and flats is in the key of C, so no sharps and flats into the key of A. Just a bit of a side note, sometimes through a piece, music in A minor might add a G sharp up the top. If we want it to be strongly in A minor, then we're going to add that G sharp. But the joy of just using a natural minor is that we can plonk the same notes from our C pattern down into our A pattern there without worrying about any extra sharps or flats added. Let's use a bit of a C pattern. So C, G, E. And let's go back to the D and the E. Again. Down to the A bass note. So the same notes match there as well. Now let's add a bit of left hand. And so on. Let's now check out our key of G. So if we create a G chord, G, B and D on a G bass note, our relative minor going down 1, 2, 3 baby steps there, or a minor third is then our E chord. So E, G and B on the top there. So you might recognize So a lot of pieces use this little relative minor to give a different feature there. So let's ripple up the arpeggio there and have a bit of a play from G to our E minor. Here we go. So that's the idea there with Hallelujah, that we go from our chord 1 to our chord 6, or our major key to our relative minor down there. For our third little improvisation now, let's jump into the key of F. With the F pattern, let's start on our A and C thumb, and then F2 together, F, G and C all together. So all together, thumb, all together. And let's do that again. Let's go to the D minor down underneath. Same right hand there. Then let's add a bit more left hand to fill it out. Play. There's a few ideas for you there today. Right now I might just demo some slow motion and maybe faster speeds for the scale notes if you want to step those through with me. Let's just go through all of those keys that we've worked with today. So starting from our C in the right hand, slowly, here we go. And back down again, use up all your fingers. And 3 over. Quickly go. Now let's jump down to the A minor. Slowly, here we go. Use all your fingers again. 3 over. Quickly go. Let's go up to the G with our right hand. Slowly, here we go. Quickly go. So you'll notice as we come down to our relative minor of E that we'll keep the F sharp. We won't worry about any other sharps that are up the top. Slowly, here we go. Quickly go. Okay, so then on to our F key of the right hand, we're going to cover our B flat. So the fingering's a bit funny with this one in the right hand. So we're going to put our 4 and then sneak our thumb under. Going to finish on a 4, which is a bit odd. Come over with our 4 again. If you don't know about finger numbers, then basically our thumb is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we're ever referring to fingers or there's little numbers up on the top of the music, then that's what's being shown there. So our F, here we go. Slowly, here we go. And quickly go. 4 over. Awesome, and then down to the D minor, we're going to keep the same flat of the B flat. Slowly go. Sneak your 3rd over. Quickly go. Now you can play all of those scales through exactly the same way, but down in the left hand, just make sure that you use all your fingers up first. So on the C scale, we're going to go up to your thumb, put your 3 over then before we go back down. Same with down to the G, we're just going to use all our fingers up, 3 over, and covering our F sharp there in our left hand. Same for the E minor, we're going to cover our F sharp down there before we put our 3 over. And then our last key of F, we're going to use our B flat, 3 over. All the way down there, and then to the D, we're going to put our 3 over to our B flat there. So that's the patterning for your left hand. Well, enjoy. I hope that you can have fun with those little improv ideas today. Experiment with your keys, looking at your major to those relative minors, and have a play in some of your own improvisations. Have a great week and catch you next time. Ta-da!